Wait for people to get in here, and we'll talk about some things. If anybody joins on a mid-afternoon Friday. Everybody's probably working. It's Friday though. Enjoying a glass of water. Yeah, I'm starting a little earlier. Probably should have started at 1. Guess I probably should have started at 1 when I said I was going to start. Nobody. Nobody at all. All right, I guess I would try at 1 o'clock. I guess I would do that then. Oh, 2 people. Waiting for more people to get in here. I am starting early. I did announce that I would be going live at 1 o'clock. It is currently almost 12:30, so understandable for people that pay attention to what I wrote on the community tab. I wanted to go over some things, talk about some things that's important for the channel and going forward. I guess I'll wait a little bit longer. What's going on, everybody? Good afternoon. I don't go live a whole lot, if you haven't noticed. But maybe I will. Maybe I'll start going live. I don't know. All right, there's like 30 people in here. It's pretty fair enough for a Friday afternoon, I will say. And if not, they can see this later. Just don't really want to waste a whole bunch of time here. All right, well, so yeah, the reason why I want to go live is because there's important things I want to talk about, and that is the content that I have on my channel. Getting right to it, I love making that stuff. The spooky stuff, the content, whether it's exploring an abandoned place that's sketchy or some, paranormal location, or doing Randonautica, or exploring some type of urban legend type place that has some weird backstory or crazy or spooky backstory to it. I'm there. I'm interested in, following through and going to a place like that. However, it's been a problem lately with finding committed people. I have people that are wanting to come out and film with me and will be there and will do a few videos with me, but then they drop off. And I've been over that time and time again, and I don't got no problem with doing that sort of thing. What is this person writing in here? That's a little crazy. Anywho, I don't have a problem with like trial and error as far as like finding the right people. It is what it is when it comes to YouTube and doing this sort of thing. But that's also a big part of why I haven't been putting out as much content lately. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm always filming content, but I am a creative person. So when it comes to like putting these videos together, there is other content that I've been creating that I have not been releasing because it doesn't align with the content that I have on this channel. But I guess I'll get into that further. But what I want to say on the whole thing with like people dropping off and dude, what is this person saying right now? Like, relax. But yeah, it's just been an ongoing issue. Like finding people that are dedicated to come out and film at these places and follow through with like continuing that commitment. They'll film a few videos, like I said, and then it's like they kind of just fade off or something happens. And I get it. Like doing this type of thing, it isn't pretty. Like you're going to like haunted places for one, and if you're easily scared, then you know, I guess that is a problem. I don't know why you agreed to do it to begin with, but I get it. People want to try things, so okay, I get that. But when it comes to like other things, and I hash all these things out in the beginning, and I say to people like, hey, like there's a number of things that we are gonna go through. Like I said, it's not gonna be pretty. So it's gonna be cold. You're gonna be dealing with different weather conditions. You know, if we're outside, inside, it's dark. You can't see a whole lot. I try and bring as much equipment as I can to be prepared, but you can never be too prepared. And that's the thing with filming these spooky videos, you know? It's like different terrain that you run into. There's a number of things. You run into truly sketchy situations depending on what the video is. If we're filming in a forest somewhere, you don't know the whole layout of that forest. I mean, are these places that I do research on and I try and map out and do the best I can for other people and myself? Of course, but you just don't know everything that you're going to run into. That's just how it is. And I always go over these lists of things with people if they like have never done this type of thing, or you know, they're interested maybe, but they're not completely sold on it. Like I try and be like, all right, this is what it is. I want to be blunt about it and like let everybody know what's going on. If you want to join in and do this, whether it's friends or people that I find online that are interested in doing this type of thing, I let them know like flat out, like you're going to be dealing with a multitude of things. Sometimes even just like shitty people, you know what I mean? Just dealing with people and like their attitudes, working with other people, meeting people, the comfortability aspect of putting yourself in a situation that you're not used to. Like these are all things that come with exploring new places or going to paranormal locations and dealing with maybe owners or just other people that are there and affiliated. Just, you know, you get what I'm saying here. So there's like a multitude of things, and I go over that. And, you know, it's always like the same, it seems. And I'm not trying to like target anybody specifically and like, you know, badmouth anybody here that's joined me on these adventures. That's not what I'm doing, but I want to let everybody know that like it's been an ongoing issue with finding dedicated people that are like wanting to film video after video. And I have no problem going by myself. Like, as you see, like I love going to these places no matter what. It doesn't matter. Like I will put myself in insane situations, as you all know. Not in the least bit like scared to, or, you know, I'd say I try to be, you know, take precaution in certain situations, bring supplies, things like that, things that you don't see on camera. There's a lot of preparing that goes into these places, you know, especially if it's a place that I'm researching and whatnot. But yeah, it's just, the ongoing issue of having dedicated people that really want to do this and stick around. And even though you explain these things to them, it just never seems to go over in a way where it's like, I've got a committed group that is just here for it and is just down to do whatever. There's always like a time limit on it, it seems. People burn out quickly, or they just fall off after a while. And yeah, I mean, it happens all the time. If you notice in my videos, I, for the most part, will have like different people with me, you know, as of lately. Let's see. So that's been an issue in ways, in a lot of ways. Let's see. So speaking on like how I like to make other content, yeah, I like filming vlogs. If you've noticed on this channel, there's not been a whole lot of, well, technically the videos that I film are like the paranormal, they aren't a vlog style, but there are some traditional vlogs within my channel. Not a whole lot, only a number of them. And I film other content besides the content that I film. And the big thing is YouTube is very niche oriented. And as much as I would love to release all the content under one channel, because honestly, that was my goal starting this channel. Matt is the creator. That is the reason why I named it what it is. I mean, of course, creator can fall under the category of whatever, because you're creating, you're a creator. But when I first started the channel, that was my goal, you know? I didn't strive for, where'd everybody go? Okay, I don't know if that's just glitching or what, but sometimes there'll be like one person, and then it's like two people, and then it's like 12. So maybe it's something with that. I have no idea. Anywho, as I was saying, so yeah, when I first started this channel, I was like, I had the thought of, hey, this is gonna be a channel where like I'm adventurous. I'm just gonna like explore and film different things, story tell, or also combine that with travel or adventure style vlogging. And that way it would leave me open for a lot of things, because in that situation, you kind of, you allow yourself to branch out because of that category. It really allows you to, you know, do that sort of thing. Whereas if you have one thing where you're just filming spooky content, yeah, there's a number of things you can get creative with doing that. You can cut that up and do different things, right? But when you are, when you do something like that, it really allows you to do different things. You know what I mean? How many people do you see, like YouTube channels do you see out there that are vloggers, and they find themselves in different situations? Maybe they are going to some spooky place or whatever, but then next time they are, I don't know, in New York City at some competition or whatever for a friend and documenting that, or, you know what I mean? Like hanging out with their friends, doing something elsewhere. Like, so it just leaves you open. And that's like the one thing that allows you to like be able to mix content without it falling under a bunch of different niches, if you understand what I'm saying there. So that was like my beginning goal, and then it just sort of took on this thing where it just sort of happened that way. Like I just ended up going to haunted locations or doing Randonautica. It really just happened that way naturally. Like it just was falling into my lap. These places I found out about or was told about, and yeah, I went from there, and it blossomed into this thing where I found myself, you know, continuously going to these places, and it's always fun. Like no matter what, like, you know, I have a place coming up soon that I'm not going to talk about right now because I like to, you know, I want to keep things under wraps. But yeah, I enjoy going to these places, and I still do. But that was the goal with the channel, to have it open and allow me to branch out and do different things within the channel, because it would allow me to get away with doing such a thing. Um, and what was I saying here? So, something that I also want to talk about here, I have like a little list off to the side. Um, yeah, I mean, overall, I still enjoy the content. And as I was saying, how my intentions were with this channel, it did sort of blossom into this thing where I kept going with the spooky content, and then yeah, this is good because I want to touch on this. This is what I wanted to mention. So I wanted to, like I said, I wanted to branch out and everything, but the spooky content kind of came into play, and I was doing that so much, but then it got to an issue because I noticed that I had been doing this so much that now it's going to give people the impression that this is all I've been doing. So this is what my channel is, and I kind of just went with it, And don't get me wrong, I love making this content. I really do. But as I've progressed and gotten better as a creator, I'm like, do I implement, and I did try it before, but I didn't give it a long time, but do I implement the other type content, like maybe like just the normal average vlogging, that sort of thing, and implementing that idea where it can branch me out, and I'll still do the paranormal stuff, but maybe just not as much, to make that work, right? Because obviously if I'm doing that as much as I am doing it now, and then doing that, it's gonna clash. The algorithm is gonna be confused and not know where to send my stuff. So I thought, do I go ahead and start that grind again of implementing that idea and sticking it through and waiting however long it takes for the algorithm to understand my content and pick it up and push it out there? Like, do I do that, or do I start over and start a second channel and do that? And there's pros and cons to that, Starting a second channel, I'm able to not touch what I'm doing now and keep doing that and keep going the way that I'm going. And there we go. I have a whole nother channel that I can freely, post the other content that I feel that I'm kind of being held back on, because call everybody. But as a creator, as I said, I like making a whole bunch of content, but it's like being held down in the running position when you're like, I got all these ideas and stuff that I want to put out there and stuff that I want to film, but I can't release it. I can't release it on this channel because people are going to be confused. It's going to throw everything off. And so there you go. All right, it came back. I don't know what happened there. I got a phone call, so I think that's what happened. I hope everybody's still here. Sorry about that. I think the phone call messed that up. But all right, here, I'll turn the volume up. I have it all the way up. You hear me? Everybody hear me? Okay, so as I was saying, yeah, there's pros and cons to it. I can start another channel, and that's good. There's no ties to it. It doesn't mess with anything. And then I think about the cons of that. It's basically starting over again, because it's going to take time for the algorithm to understand who I am, pick me up, all that. So essentially, it's starting over. But again, I'm not a big creator. I have like 1,000. Almost 1,600 subscribers. But that was my thought. But the good thing is like, I can have these other channels here where that doesn't touch anything. So it's been stressful on my end, honestly. I've been stressing about this because it's so important to me. Creating content and doing this is like I don't feel right not doing it. It's just like a normal thing, and it's become such a normal routine in my life. So it feels very weird to be in a position where you are you're confused on what to do. You know, it seems clear cut on paper when you're just like, I'll just start a new channel. And that was my concern, what I was talking about. It's like the easiest part, or the easy part, is just saying like, I'll just start a new channel. But then the hard part about it is, okay, if I start this channel, then essentially I'm starting over, because okay, I can tell, you know, some people that really enjoy this channel. I hope a lot of people enjoy the channel, but I'm sure will support and subscribe. But then there's going to be a whole nest of other people that don't even know that I have another channel, or, you know, even if I put this other channel together and put it out there, they're not going to see it. People scroll. People have very short attention spans, which I wish it wasn't like that. I wish the old YouTube formula was still a thing. I miss when someone could post a rapid amount of things or different things, and it would just, people would, if it was good, it was good. You know what I mean? And that is something that I will always strive to do no matter what, is quality. Quality and creating is my strong suit. All this other business corporated things that go into YouTube, like great thumbnail, great title, like great this, it's exhausting to say the least. I mean, I'm just being honest. Like, I love creating, I love doing that. I wish that is solely what I could focus on. It's just making good content and trying to outdo myself all the time. I understand that realistically, it doesn't work that way. You post videos that flop. You do, sometimes this video does really well. Sometimes a video doesn't. Sometimes you hit the nail on the head with the title and the thumbnail. Sometimes like there's just so many things that go into it. So as far as like me being like the business side of things, I have to do it because it's a part of YouTube. And obviously, like, you can't just throw whatever you want up there, because it doesn't work that way. You want your content that you've worked really hard on to be seen, but that's just how it is, you know? It's a very saturated market, so you have to stand out. So even if your content isn't like this super original content that is so different from everybody else's, you want to be in that field of like, okay, like, I have quality too. Not just the video being quality, but like everything, the thumbnail, the title, you get what I'm saying. But yeah, I mean, I just going forward, this conversation really needed to be had. It really did, for my own sanity, because I've been really stressed about this. I really have. Like I said, I'm just like, what do? I want to keep creating. I want to keep putting content out there. But I also want somewhere to post this content. And like I said, as much as I love going to paranormal places and doing that thing, and how I'm still doing that, there's other content that I have been filming that I don't know where to put it, you know? And I don't know, I guess the point of me going live here is just to address and kind of like put people on that level, and to know what's going on with me. If they're seeing, you know, I mean, not now that you would see like totally different content or whatever, but like maybe if you're not seeing as much content from me, it's not that I'm not filming, because I'm always filming. And even with the paranormal stuff, it's just like me holding off, or trying to figure this out, you know? I'm figuring this stuff out as I go along. I don't know if anybody has missed this before, but I talked about it before. When I first started my YouTube channel, I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I knew I liked editing. I knew I enjoyed creating, but I didn't have 2-3 years before I released content to be like, I'm gonna do this strategic thing. Like, did I always know about YouTube? Of course, but I didn't know how much went into making YouTube. But that doesn't just say that like I was deterred in any way, because I wasn't. Like, I just was like, okay, this is what I gotta do, and that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm going to learn whatever I need to learn, and I'm going to get better at what I do, because that's just the type of person that I am. All right. I understand that this is going pretty long now. Yeah, I think going forward, what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to say that I'm not going to post different content. I most likely won't. But is there a chance that I will to test some things? Yes. However, I think I'm strongly going to go with the idea of creating another channel and creating a third channel, because that's just how much content and ideas that I have, that I need like at least 2 other channels besides the channel that I have. So I think going forward, that is what I'm aiming towards, and I'm going to do that soon. As far as putting content out on that channel, I'm going to probably film a good while for that other YouTube channel, and the same as the third one. And then someday you will know, I will release it and everybody will know about it, or at least everybody that follows me will know about it. All right, well, I have spoken long enough here. Sorry about it dropping out earlier. Yeah, I hope everybody has a good day. I know I need a nap because I am tired. I've seriously been up stressing about this. But I'm not going to be able to take a nap because I have things to do. But I just hope everybody enjoys the rest of their day and has a great day. And yeah, I'll see you later. Bye. Thank you for stopping by.